Hello and hi everyone. Today we are going to study the new lesson from the mathematics 1, that is from the algebra, the third lesson. The name of the lesson is the arithmetic progression. Today we got a news that the government reduced 25% of syllabus from our textbook of mathematics, but some concepts are gets reduced. The whole lesson is not gets reduced, but some concepts, but you have to study that some concept. That is, the notice is also given there. The students have to study that part on their responsibilities. That is not going to ask in the exam. एक्झाम्समध्ये हा जो कमी केलेला भाग आहे तो विचारला जाणार नाही आहे, परंतु तो 11वी किंवा 12वीच्या दृष्टिकोनातून किंवा स्पर्धात्मक परीक्षेच्या दृष्टिकोनातून आपल्यासाठी अत्यंत महत्त्वाचा असल्या कारणाने आपल्याला तो भाग अभ्यासणं आवश्यकच आहे. आणि ऑलरेडी आपण हे डिक्लेअर केलेलं आहे की शासनाने कुठल्याही प्रकारे सिलेबस कितीही कमी केला तरी आपल्याला मात्र 100% सिलेबस जेवढा आहे 10th स्टँडर्डचा तेवढा संपूर्ण सिलेबस आपल्याला अभ्यासायचा आहे. इवन दो काही पार्ट सिलेबसमधून कमी झालेला असला तरीही तो आपण अभ्यासला आत्तापर्यंतही अभ्यासलेला आहे आणि इथून पुढे देखील आपण तो अभ्यासणार आहोत. आणि योगायोग हा जो लेसन आज आपण स्टार्ट करतोय ॲरिथमॅटिक प्रोग्रेशन, त्यामधील कुठलाही भाग सिलेबसमधून कमी करण्यात आलेला नाही आहे. सो हिअर टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट द न्यू लेसन, दॅट इज arithmetic progression. The first concept from this lesson, that is sequence. The first concept from this lesson is the sequence. Now what is sequence, or what is the exact meaning of the sequence? Sequence is nothing but that is the set of numbers arranged in definite order, that is called as sequence. The set of numbers arranged in the definite orders, that is called as sequence. If the numbers are arranged in the definite order, then that set is called as sequence. So here we will write the definition and we will take some examples. The set of numbers, the set of numbers arranged in the definite order, arranged in the definite order, that is called as the set of numbers arranged in definite order is called as sequence. The set of the numbers arranged in the definite order, the order is very important and that should be definite. So the set of the numbers arranged in definite order is called as sequence. So here we will write some examples. For example, we will write here 1 2 3 4 5 and so on. It is also a sequence. Since the numbers are arranged in the definite order, it is called as sequence. Here we will write some more examples. We will write 1, then we have 4, 9, 16, 25, 36 and so on. It is also a sequence. It is also a sequence. Since the numbers are arranged in the definite order, it is called as sequence. See, the first term is the square of 1, second term is the square of 2, third term is the square of 3, fourth term is the square of 4, this is 5 square, this is 6 square. All the terms are arranged in the definite order, since it is also called as sequence. Here we can write one more example. Is 13 plus 18 plus 23 plus 28 plus 33 plus 38 and so on. It is also a sequence. It is also a sequence. Here the first term is 13 and the second term is obtained by adding 5 to the previous term, then adding 5 to the second term we get the third term, adding 5 to the third term we get the fourth term, adding 5 to this term we get the fifth term, and then the sixth term. So this is also a sequence. If the numbers are arranged in the definite order, then that set is called as sequence. Here we will write more examples. We will write 3, then 6, then 9, 12, 15, and so on. This is also a sequence. And what is the definite order here? Each and every term is obtained by adding 3 to the previous term. We can write here one more example, that is 17, 14, 11, 8, 5, and so on. It is also a sequence since from each and every term the 3 is subtracted. From the first term 3 is subtracted and we get 14. From the second term 3 is subtracted and we get third term. From the third term 3 is subtracted and we get the fourth term. And after subtracting 3 from the fourth term we get the fifth term. So it is also a sequence since there is a definite order among the given numbers. So that set is called as sequence. Here we can write 10, 20, is 40, 80, 160, and so on. It is also a sequence. It is also a sequence since each and every term is obtained by multiplying the previous term by 2. Here 10 is multiplied by 2, we get 20. 20 is multiplied by 2, we get 40. 40 is multiplied by 2, we get 80. And 80 is multiplied by 2, we get 160. Since it is also a sequence. Sequence is nothing but it is the set of numbers in which the numbers are arranged in the definite order. That is called as sequence. Now here we have to study the terms in the sequence. Terms in the sequence. Here we will write terms in the sequence. The next concept we have to study, that is terms in the sequence. Here we have lot of sequences. We will write one sequence here and we will study the concept terms in the sequence. That is nothing but the terms in the sequence are represented particularly. This is the first term since it is represented by T1. It is the second term since it is represented by T2. It is the third term, so it is represented by T3. It is the fourth term, so it is represented by T5. It is fifth term since it is represented by T5. So this is the representation of the terms in the sequence. How the terms are gets represented according to ordinal numbers. This is the first term, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on. We have infinite terms in that sequence. So here terms in the sequence. Terms in the sequence. Terms in the sequence are arranged as. Terms in the sequence are arranged as T1, T2, T1, T2, T3, T4, and so on. If we write a sequence, then in that sequence this is the first term and it is represented by T1. It is second term, it is represented by T2. If the term is 10th term, then it is represented by T10. If the term is 32nd, then it is represented by T32. The number of terms, see this T means term, it is term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4. Like this we can represent each and every term in the given sequence. And the last term, if the given sequence is infinite sequence, then the last term is represented by Tn. That is also important thing. The last term is represented by Tn, since n means infinite numbers. we cannot write all the terms in this sequence since the sequence is infinite. So the last term is represented as Tn, and the sequence is represented by, this is also important thing, the sequence is represented by, into the curly bracket Tn. Into the curly bracket we have to write Tn. The sequence is represented by, since it is the set of numbers, or set of the numbers in definite order, so we write it into the curly bracket. You can easily remember that the sequence is represented by, into the curly bracket, just we have to write Tn. Since suppose we get a question in the exam that which of the following is the representation of the sequence, and you have given the 4 options, at that time we have to choose, we have to select this correct option, into the curly bracket Tn is there. So this is all about the sequence and the terms in the sequence, or you can say it as a representation of the sequence. This is terms in the sequence, or you can represent it as the sequence, the representation of sequence we can say it as. Now here we will take an example. For example, we can take any sequence or we will write the new sequence there. For example, this is 92, then 88, then 84, then 80, and so on. It is a sequence, and here in this sequence we can write T1 is equal to 92, T2 is equal to 88, T3 is equal to 84, and T4 is equal to 80. To the base we have to write a number of the terms. This is first term, so we have to write T1. 1 is represented to the base of the T. Like index, we represent index on the head of the number. So here in the base we have to represent the number of that term. This is T for term, term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4. So T4 is equal to 80. Like this we can represent the terms in the sequence, and this is the representation of the sequence, that is into the curly bracket Tn is there. So this is all about the first concept in this lesson, that is sequence. Now next concept we have to study, that is the progression. The next concept we have to study, that is the progression. This concept is not printed there in our textbook, but since the name of our lesson is arithmetic progression and it is one of the type of the progression, so here we have to discuss about that. Since that part is not there in our textbook, but still we have to study about that. What is progression? This AP arithmetic progression is nothing but that is the one of the type of the progression. So here we have to study progression. Now what is progression? Progression is nothing but that is the special type of sequence in which the relationship between any two consecutive terms is the same. Progression is nothing but that is the special type of sequence in which the relationship between any two consecutive terms is the same. It is called as progression. Here we will write the definition. Progression is the special type of sequence, is the special type of sequence. Progression is the special type of sequence in which the relationship between any two consecutive terms, any two consecutive terms is the same. What is progression? Progression is the special type of sequence. The sequence is called as progression. But when? That is very important. The sequence is classified further into the progression, but when the sequence is called as progression, if the relationship between any two consecutive terms is the same. That is very important thing, the relationship between two consecutive terms, and that should be same every time. And if it is different, if the relationship between the two consecutive terms is the different, then that is not the progression. It is very important, the relationship between any two consecutive terms is the same, then that sequence is called as progression. Progression is nothing but that is a special type of sequence. That is the special type of sequence in which the relationship between any two consecutive terms is the same. So here we will take some examples of the progression and which are not the progressions. So for example, we are not only writing the examples of progression. Since we have to get the difference between the progression and which is not the progression, we have to write both types of examples here. So here we will write, for example, is 13, 10, 7, 4, 1, -2 and so on. Now here we have to check whether the relationship between any two consecutive terms is the same or not. Here these two are the consecutive terms, 13 and 10 are the consecutive terms. Now we have to determine the relationship between them. Here we have 13, here we have 10. It means that 3 is subtracted from the previous term to get the next term. Now here 10 and 7, these are the consecutive terms. 10 and 7 are the consecutive terms, and here also 3 is subtracted from 10 to get 7. Then we have 7 and 4 as the consecutive terms, and here also 3 is subtracted from the previous term to get the next term. Then we have 4 and 1 as the consecutive terms. 4 and 1 consecutive terms are there, and again here 3 is subtracted from this term 4 to get the 1, and then we have next consecutive terms, that is 1 and -2, and here also if we subtract 3 from the previous term, that is 1 minus 3, then we will get -2. So here the consecutive term, the relationship between any two consecutive terms is the same everywhere. Everywhere the relationship between any two consecutive terms is the same, since it is called as progression. It is a progression. We will write here, it is progression. What is progression? That is special type of sequence in which the relationship between any two consecutive terms is the same, that is called as progression. Now suppose I write here 1, 8, 27, 64, 125 and so on. And now here we have to check whether it is progression or it is not the progression, that we have to determine. Now here 1 and 8, these are the two consecutive terms, and here we can assume that if we add 7 to 1, then we will get 8. Since these are the consecutive terms, we have to take the relationship between them. Either the relation of subtraction is there, or addition is there, or multiplication is there, or division is there, that we have to determine. Now here we will get 1 plus 7 is equal to 8, but 8 plus 7 is 15, and that is not there. Means the relationship between these two consecutive terms and relationship between these two consecutive terms is the different. the relationship between these two consecutive terms and relationship between these two consecutive terms is different, since there is a relation but that is different type of relation, and here we have everywhere the same relation. Here in each and every two consecutive terms the relationship is the same, that is the constant. So it is progression and it is not the progression. Since the relationship between two consecutive terms is not the same. Here 2764, again the different relationship is there between two consecutive terms, and here also we have different relationship between two consecutive terms. And since everywhere the relationship between any two consecutive terms is not the same, since it is not the progression. So here we can write it is not progression. The given sequence is not the progression. It is sequence. It is sequence, but that sequence is not the progression. That sequence is not the progression, since the progression is nothing but that is the special type of sequence in which the relationship between any two consecutive terms is the same. Here we will write one more example. This is 5, this is 10, this is 20, 40, 80 and so on. Now here relationship between these two terms, this 5 2s are 10, 2 times the 5 is 10, then relationship between these two, 2 times the 10, that is 20. Here the relationship between these two consecutive terms again same, twice of 20 is 40, and here also the relationship between these two consecutive terms is the same, that is twice of 40 is 80, since this is progression. We can write here it is progression. It is progression. Why it is progression? Since there is particular relationship. There is a particular relationship between the two consecutive terms, since it is called as progression. Every term multiplied by 2 to get the next term, that relation is everywhere. So the given sequence is a progression, it is progression. Now so this is about the progression, and here we have 3 types of progressions. There are 3 types of progressions, and they are arithmetic progression, which is in short called as AP. Second one is geometric progression, which is in short known as GP. And the third type of progression, that is harmonic progression. Third type of progression, that is called as harmonic progression, and in short it is called as HP. This is AP, GP and HP, arithmetic progression, geometric progression and the harmonic progression. Now here there are 3 types of progressions. There are 3 types of progressions. First one is number 1, arithmetic progression. The first type of progression is arithmetic progression. Second type of progression, that is geometric progression. And third type of progression, that is last type of progression, it is harmonic progression. Now here in our textbook only the 2 types of progressions were discussed. Very short information about the geometric progression is also there. So we will discuss this part also, geometric progression also, and this is the name of our lesson, arithmetic progression. Since we have to study that part in very detail, we have to study the arithmetic progression. Now we have to discuss that when An progression is called as arithmetic progression, or when the progression is called as geometric progression, or when the progression is called as harmonic progression. Only these two parts are discussed in our textbook, so we have to discuss about the geometric progression also. Now here only we will discuss that part. If this is very important part, about we have to study about the arithmetic progressions in short here. We have to discuss that part in detail again. In short only we have to discuss these two parts. Now already we studied that if there is relationship between any two consecutive terms is same. See, this relation, either this relation is of addition, or either this relation is of subtraction, or either the relation of multiplication is there, or the relationship of division is there. We have four types of operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Now which relation is there, that is not important. The same relation should be there, that is important. Whether there is a relation of addition, or whether there is relation of subtraction, or whether there is the relation of multiplication, or whether there is the relation of division, that is not important. Everywhere if the relationship is same, that may be division, multiplication, subtraction or addition, but that should be same everywhere for each and every two consecutive terms, then that is called as progression. Now if the relation of difference, or you can say it as relation of addition also, if the relation of addition or subtraction is between the two consecutive terms, then that progression is called as arithmetic progression. See here, 13 minus 3 we have 10, 10 minus 3 we have 7, 7 minus 4 we have 7 minus 3 we have 4, 4 minus 3 we have 1, 1 minus 3 we have minus 2. Since there is the relationship of subtracting 3, or you can say that adding minus 3 to the previous term. If we add minus 3 to this term, we will get this term. If we add minus 3 to the second term, then we will get third term. If we add minus 3 to the third term, we will get fourth term. If we add minus 3 to the fourth term, then we will get fifth term. And if we add minus 3 to the fifth term, we will get sixth term. Either you are going to add or subtract, that is not important. But if there is the addition relation or subtraction relation between the two consecutive terms, then definitely it is called as arithmetic progression. We have to discuss about that in detail later, but here short discussions we have to make, since we are studying the types of progressions here. And then we have geometric progression, second type of progression, that is geometric progressions. Only these two progressions are discussed in our syllabus, and maybe the questions will be asked there upon this concept also, geometric progression. Now here we have the relationship of multiplication or division. See, 5 multiplied by 2 is 10, 10 multiplied by 2 is 20, 20 multiplied by 2 is 40, 40 multiplied by 2 is 80. Since that is geometric progression, either the relation of multiplication or division. Now here you can say that 80 divided by 2, that is 40, 40 divided by 2, that is 20, 20 divided by 2, that is 10, 10 divided by 2, that is 5. Here either the relation of multiplication or division is there between the two consecutive terms, then that sequence is called as geometric progression. That sequence is called as geometric progression. If addition or subtraction is there between the two consecutive terms, then it is arithmetic progression. And if multiplication or division is between them, then it is called as geometric progression. And lastly we have harmonic progression. There we have combinations. There we have combinations, multiplication and addition together, or multiplication and subtraction together, or division and addition together, or division and subtraction together. If the combinations are there, then it should be called as harmonic progression. That is not given there in the textbook, but there we have combinations of more than 2 operations, or at least 2 operations should be there in the harmonic progression. So this is all about the progression. This is not printed in our textbook, but till we have to discuss that part here, since our name of the lesson is arithmetic progression, and that is one of the type of the progression, since we have to discuss this part in detail and we discuss it. Now after this we have to discuss the arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression. Here the arithmetic progression is one of the type of the progression that we discussed previously. If the common difference between any two consecutive terms is the same, that progression is called as arithmetic progression. If the common difference between any two consecutive terms is the same, then that progression is called as arithmetic progression. Here we will write the definition first. If the common difference, if the common difference between any two consecutive terms, is the same. If the common difference between any two consecutive terms is the same, then it is called as arithmetic progression. Then it is called as arithmetic progression. It's very important. If the common difference, now what is common difference? That is very important. Common difference between, see, difference means we will take subtraction. Common difference between any two consecutive terms is the same, then it is called as arithmetic progression. Now difference means we have to take the subtraction of two consecutive terms, and if that subtraction is same every time, or that is constant every time, then that progression is called as arithmetic progression. When it is called as arithmetic progression, if the common difference between any two consecutive terms is the same. So here we will take an example and we will discuss whether it is AP or it is not an AP. Here the important thing is common difference. Generally it is represented by small alphabet, that is D. Since difference is there, common difference, and it is represented by, common difference is represented by the small letter D. So we will discuss here, we will take an example and we will check whether the given sequence or given progression is AP or it is not an AP, and we will discuss their common difference also. Or we will write here, if the common difference between any two consecutive terms is the same, then it is called as arithmetic progression. Generally common difference is represented by small alphabet D. This common difference is represented by the small alphabet D, and here we have a formula for finding the D, that is D is equal to T n plus 1 minus T n. If we have two consecutive terms and if we subtract the previous term from the next term, so suppose you have 9th and 10th term there. You have two consecutive terms, 9th and 10th term there. Then we have to subtract 9th term from the 10th term. We have to subtract the smaller term from the bigger term. Here we have n plus 1, means the next term of this. Here we have Tn, and this is the next term of Tn, that is Tn plus 1. It is too easy. Difference D is equal to. We studied that generally the common difference is represented by D, and how we will find the difference, that is D is equal to Tn plus 1. Tn plus 1, that is the number of term, Tn plus 1. that is the number of term minus Tn. For example, you have fifth and sixth term given, then we have to subtract smaller term from the bigger term, that is T6 minus T5. If you have given 11th and 10th term, if you have given 11th and 10th term, then you have to subtract T11 minus T10. Whatever the term we have here, the next term of this is here. This is 10th term, we have 11th term here. If you have 5th term here, then you have 6th term here. If you have 99th term here, then you have 99 plus 1, that is 100th term here. So that should be the difference, or you can say it as common difference, and that is find it by using this formula D is equal to T n plus 1, T n plus 1 minus Tn. If we take the subtraction, or if we find the difference between any two consecutive terms such that the bigger term minus the smaller term, that is ordinal number is very important. Fifth and sixth term is given, and we have to subtract fifth term from the sixth. What is the term there, that we have to not discuss. Next term minus previous term, that is called as common difference, and if this common difference is same every time, then that progression is called as arithmetic progression. Here we write the definition of the arithmetic progression. Also we write the common difference is generally represented by the small letter d, and how to find the common difference, that also we study right here, that is D is equal to Tn plus 1 minus Tn. Now we will take an example here. For example, since we have given that this is 52, then we have 50, we have 48, 46, 44 and so on. And here we have to discuss, here we have to determine whether it is arithmetic progression or it is not the arithmetic progression, that we have to discuss. So since it is first term, we will represent it as T1, since T1 is equal to 52. This is second term, since we will represent it as T2, that is 50. This is third term, so we will represent it as T3 is equal to 48. This is fourth term, so we will represent it as T4 is equal to 46. And here fifth terms 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is fifth term, since we will represent it as T5 and it is 44. So here we have the terms which are there in the progression. We write all the terms here, T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, and now here we have to check whether the common difference between any two consecutive terms is the same or it is not the same, that we have to determine, and it is too easy. Generally we will start from the last term, that is T5 minus T4 5. We will first find the difference between these two consecutive terms, then we will find the difference between these two consecutive terms, then we will find the difference between these two consecutive terms, and then we have to find the common difference between these two consecutive terms. And if this difference is constant or same every time, then this progression is called as arithmetic progression. Since if the common difference between any two consecutive terms is the same, then it is called as AP. So we will check whether the common difference is same or it is not the same. So first we will find T5 minus T4. Here we will write T5 minus T4 is equal to, that is 44 minus 46, and it is equal to minus 2. It is equal to minus 2. This is common difference. This is the difference now, only this is the difference. And this difference between fifth and fourth term is minus 2. Now we will subtract T3 from T4, that is T4 minus T3. T4 minus T3. This is T4 is 46 minus T3 is 48, and it is equal to again minus 2. Now we have to find the difference between third and second term, that is T3 minus T2. Here we will write T3 minus T2. T3 is 48 minus T2 is 50, and it is equal to minus 2 again. And now the last difference that we have to find, that is T2 minus T1. So here we will find that difference, T2 minus T1 is equal to, T2 is 50 minus T1 is 52, and it is equal to minus 2. Now everywhere, see, this is the difference, this is also difference, this is also difference, and this is also difference between the two consecutive terms, and this common difference is same or it is constant every time. Each and every time the common difference is same, since the given progression is called as arithmetic progression. That is very important. So for determining the given progression is arithmetic progression, that is AP or not an AP, at that time we have to write each and every term which we have given in the progression. Then we have to find the difference between every two consecutive terms, and we start from here. This is T5 minus T4, then T4 minus T3, then T3 minus T2, and then T2 minus T1, and this common difference is same every time. So this progression is called as arithmetic progression. So here we will write, since T5 minus T4 is equal to T4 minus T3, it is equal to T3 minus T2, it is equal to T2 minus T1. Everywhere the common difference is same. This is T5 minus T4, T4 minus T3, T3 minus T2, and T2 minus T1 is same. Everywhere the common difference is same. So now you can write, since the common difference between any two consecutive term is same, the given progression is arithmetic progression. So here we can write, common difference between any two consecutive terms is the same. Common difference between any two consecutive terms is the same. Common difference between any two consecutive terms is same. Any two consecutive terms is same. Since the common difference between any two consecutive terms is the same, we are able to say that it is arithmetic progression. So here we can write, therefore it is arithmetic progression. It is arithmetic progression. So this is how we have to determine whether the given sequence or given progression is an AP or it is not an AP. We also discuss the definition of the arithmetic progression, when the progression is called as arithmetic progression, and how to determine the given progression is the arithmetic progression or not. These two things we discuss here. And now we have to discuss the general representation of AP. General representation of AP. General representation of AP. Here we will write AP, that is arithmetic progression having first term A, and common difference D, and common difference D is represented as see here, the first term A, or we can simply write it as T1 also, but maximum times or generally it is also represented by the small alphabet A. The first term of the AP is generally represented by either represented by T1 or it is also represented by A, and we already studied that the common difference is represented by the small letter D. Since here we can represent the AP as, since the first term is A, first term of our AP is A, and now if we add the common difference to that first term, that is A plus D is the second term of that AP. Now if we add again common difference to this second term, that is A plus D plus D, This is the first term A. If we add the common difference between the first term, we will get the second term. Then again adding common difference to the second term, we will get the third term, and that is A plus 2D. Now if again we add common difference to this third term, then we will get the fourth term, that is A plus 3D, and so on. And so on. That is, the last term is generally represented by Tn, since we can represent it as A plus Dn also. A plus Dn minus 1. A plus Dn minus 1. Here we have general representation of AP. How to generally AP is represented? Since the first term is represented by A, we write the first term as A. Then how to write the second term? Simply we have to add the common difference to the first term. Then we will get the second term, and that is A plus D. Now if we add again common difference to the second term, then we will get the third term, that is A plus D, that is A plus 2D. And if we add D again to this third term, then we will get the fourth term, and so on. So here the main thing is we have to remember that the first term is represented by A and the common difference is represented by D. Here the general representation of AP, we have the first term is A, adding D to the previous term we get second term, adding D to this term we will get the next term, adding D to this term we will get the next term, and so on. So this is all about the general representation of AP. And after this we have to study the practice set 3.1 from this lesson. So before this practice set we studied sequence. That is first concept we studied in this lesson, that is sequence. Then after sequence, progression. After sequence, progression. There are three types of progressions and we discuss the first type, and we have to discuss only the first type of that progression, that is arithmetic progression. In this lesson we studied arithmetic progression, and then this is general representation of AP. And now depending on all these concepts we have practice set 3.1, which we will study into the next video lecture. Thank you.